there's a lady that saw this one, but she said she wanted to put her car inside. She wanted to be able to have off-street parking. So what we're gonna do is basically we're gonna make a slight modification, cost effective, you know, $100, and now she'll be able to come park her car off-street parking.
Are those chickens I hear?
Yeah, dude, across the street.
What's up with that, dude?
They have cockfights on Wednesdays. So keep on the down low. They have cockfights. I know, Friday nights.
What did you spend on this deal?
On this deal, Ruben, we closed on December 27th. We bought this property for $44,000. There was about 20 backup offers, and we closed on the 27th. And right now we're on day 14th, and there's 3 units here, 3 doors. It's a house in the front and a duplex in the back. Right here, this is the first unit on the duplex. That second unit of the duplex. We closed for $44,000.
So these are fully painted and they're tenants, and it's been 14 days?
We closed escrow on December 27th, and today is the 11th, so that's 15 days. 15 days ago, we closed escrow, and 15 days from today, we've rehabbed all 3 doors, inside, outside, you know, from paint to window covering, to trimming, to painting the fence, etc., updating the bathrooms, the kitchens. So that's been done already, and we have 2 doors occupied. Unit 1's rented.
That one's a house, or is that?
That's a house. And it's rented for $500. And this one's vacant, which we're gonna go check for any leaks, make sure the plumber did his job. And unit number 3 is already rented, also $500 a month. So
how much did it cost to rehab this place?
$6,000.
$6,000. You did this. You
$6 grand.
painted. What did you all do?
We painted inside, outside. We rehabbed and updated the bathrooms and kitchens. We replaced some broken glass. We replaced all the window covering throughout the 3 doors, and we paint also the fences. We trimmed the trees, the vegetation around, as you can see. Luckily, all 3 ACs and the roofs were recently done, and the stucco, so that helped a lot. So basically, we're in it for $50,000 turnkey product, and right now it has a market value of about $110,000. So we got about $60,000 equity position. So we bought it for $50,000. Actually, let me backtrack. We bought it for $44,000. We invested $6,000 to rehab in 15 days, and so we're in it for a total of $50,000. And we just did an appraisal yesterday, and it came in at $110,000, the highest retail appraised value. But if you want to dump it fast and flip it fast and give the end buyer an incentive, I would just say let's sell it for $89,000, give them a $20,000 equity position, and move on to the next deal. But this particular deal, as many as we're buying, we're just probably just deciding to keep them. You know, we put them on the market. If we flip them, good. If not, you know, we have a handsome 60% equity, 60,000 equity position, or a 40% loan to value. So it's, I mean, they just cash flow astronomically after expenses on all 3 doors. This property leaves us about close to $800 a month, and about a year, the net operating income. It's about $96,000 after expenses. So I mean, it's about a 20%. It's about a 20% cap rate, so it's not a bad deal.
About $9,600.
Yeah.
So people out in YouTube land and Facebook, they want to know, how do you rehab a place or fix it up or just do cosmetics? But how do you do it for $6,000?
Well, you have to buy the property right. You know, when I was assessing this property, I noticed that I needed minimal cosmetics. And the reason why you can assess and evaluate projects or deals, you know, while you're putting the when you're trying to put them on a contract, is because we do this over and over and over and over. So we know how to pick and choose our battles. You know, there's a lot of properties that are astronomically low, but there's a lot of elements that a traditional buyer who doesn't do this for a living, or an investor who doesn't practice this niche or this niche, they will oversee all these. So when they buy the property, they end up buying a can of worms. You know, this particular property, it was a little bit deceiving. It kind of seemed like it needed some work, but technically, what I looked is it has the roofs were good, number 1. The ACs were recently updated. That was number 2. The electrical panels were updated. That's number 3. The stucco all throughout the house was updated. Number 4. So basically, and it had all 3 doors had tile floorings. So there was nothing to really. The most expensive items, they were already covered. So all we need to do is just paint some carpet on some other rooms and window covering, and just trim the outside and clean the vegetation, and update. You know, give a little bit of a facelift to the bathrooms and kitchens, which is, you know, countertops are not very expensive. So that's the reason why we were able to keep the overhead low. On the other hand, had we same property, you know, we have some missing ACs, some copper missing, some electrical wire yanked, some electrical panels yanked, you know, then we're looking about at least 20-25,000 minimum. So once again, you make the money when you buy the deal, and you make the money when you evaluate the deal efficiently. In order to evaluate a deal fast, effectively, and with so much precision, is by doing this over and over and over. And that's what you and I are doing here. We do this over and over and over, so everything comes second nature. We see a property for sale, we go and see it, and we have the ability of gauging it if it's something that we want to do within minutes, 3-4 minutes.
So if somebody wants to work with you, what's the best way to get a hold of you?
The best way of getting a hold of me is we will set up a website that we're both going to do, you and I, Ruben, and we will be able to invite people to work with us, and there will be a series of questions and an interview. We can probably do a phone interview. We just want to make sure that we're going to be an even match, and see what your level of experience is, your projected level of involvement with us, and we can work in different ways, shapes, or forms. And that's, you know, that's the way we can work. So once they call that number that we're going to set up for them, they can contact you, and then we can set up an appointment.
Cool, guys. Keep an eye out. Fixandflipvideos.com, baby.
Thank you.